If you are like many of my clients and course members, when you look at the back of a food label, you're used to looking at two things: grams of fat and calories. You may be afraid that fat makes you fat, but don't worry, it doesn't. By the end of this video, you won't be afraid to eat fat anymore. You're going to learn why dietary fat doesn't make you fat and which high-fat foods are healthy, neutral, and unhealthy. Eating more of the healthy fats and less of the unhealthy ones can help reduce your inflammation and boost your brain and heart health, reduce your pain, and help you lose weight. If you like this video and want to see more, be sure you give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and turn the bell on to get notified every time I post a new video. First, we have to talk about why fat doesn't make you fat. It all comes down to insulin versus calories. I want you to focus on how your food affects your insulin and inflammation, not how many calories it has. While I'm a big advocate of paying attention to different macronutrients instead of food groups, you can't stop there. Not all fats, proteins, or carbs are created equally. Some are going to be better for weight loss and disease prevention than others. That's why I really work to help my clients and course members understand how food affects their health. We have to start from ground zero with their education about nutrition, because most of the time they have a lot of false beliefs about food and weight loss based on outdated or incomplete information. Insulin is your fat creation and storage hormone. To lose weight and prevent disease, you have to learn how to eat and live in a way that keeps your insulin down. While fat has more calories per gram than protein or carbs, fat actually causes the lowest insulin response out of all three macronutrients. And the calories from fat help trigger your satiety hormones to keep you feeling full after a meal. Further, some fats that I'm going to discuss in this video help lower levels of inflammation, which will reduce metabolic stress on your body and keep insulin down. All right, let's move on to the three categories of fat. First off, if you haven't downloaded my Ultimate Food Guide to learn more about the fats that I'm going to be covering today, and you want that information at your fingertips when you're grocery shopping, be sure that you download that. I linked to it in the description. And I think of fats in three broad categories in terms of how they affect your inflammation and risk for heart disease: healthy, neutral, and unhealthy. Let's start with the healthy fats. Most foods will contain a combination of different types of fats. If a food's in a certain category, that just means that it has a lot of that kind of fat versus the other kinds of fat. There are three main types of healthy fat: omega-9 fatty acids, or monounsaturated. These are found in foods like avocado, avocado oil, olives, cashews, walnuts, almonds, and cacao nibs. Then you have omega-3 fatty acids, and those are a type of polyunsaturated fat. They're found in foods like chia seeds, flax seeds, avocado, avocado oil, olive and olive oil, hemp seeds, cashews, walnuts, almonds, herring, mackerel, lake trout, sardines, tuna, salmon, and halibut. I'll touch on the three different types of omega-3s in a bit, but for now, this is going to be your big picture overview. The last type of healthy fat are whole food omega-6 fatty acids, another type of polyunsaturated fat. These are found in things like cashews, almonds, walnuts, and sunflower seeds. Next, we have neutral fats. These would be your saturated fats found in foods like meat, eggs, dairy products like cheese, butter, milk, and yogurt, coconut, and coconut oil. Now, there's a lot of controversy about saturated fats, specifically one called medium chain triglycerides, or MCT oil. And I'm going to be covering that in a future video, but for now I just think it's helpful to have a basic framework to think about fats in terms of healthy, neutral, and unhealthy. Now, if most of the fat in your diet is coming from saturated sources, that would definitely be an area you can optimize. Lastly, we have the fats that are unhealthy and inflammatory. There are two main unhealthy fat groups: highly processed and refined omega-6 fat sources from things like vegetable and seed oils and foods that are fried in them, and then trans fats found in things like margarine, shortening, and processed foods. If all that made sense to you and you feel more clarity about what fats you need to be eating, I want you to type yes in the comments and let me know. A word of caution about omega-6 fatty acids and your omega-6 to 3 fatty acid ratio. I notice many people have a false assumption about omega-6 fatty acids, and they think that all of them are good because they're unsaturated and that's a healthy kind of fat. Most people have too high of a ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids, largely due to a diet that's high in refined and processed vegetable seed oils and fried foods. That's why processed omega-6 fatty acids were on the unhealthy list. Try to reduce your consumption of those and increase your consumption of unprocessed, plant-based, or fatty fish foods that are higher in those healthy fats. Lastly, I'm going to touch on the 3 types of omega-3s. Another thing many people don't understand is that there's 3 types of omega-3 fatty acids, and most people aren't getting enough from food sources alone. This graphic shows that EPA and DHA are the types of omega-3s that are anti-inflammatory and would thus help reduce your pain and improve your brain and heart health. However, most people are not eating enough fatty fish and green algae to get the recommended amount. They may be eating good plant sources like nuts and seeds, but the conversion ratio is pretty low. Interestingly, the EPA and DHA are made from microalgae. When fish eat phytoplankton that ate the microalgae, they accumulate omega-3s in their tissue. That's why many doctors and registered dietitians will recommend you take an omega-3 supplementation of fish oil because it's high in EPA and DHA that can help reduce inflammation. Okay, so tell me in the comments below, what was your single greatest insight or aha moment from this video? Don't forget to check out the resources in the description, and if you like this video, please engage with it. It helps this video be found by more people. Hit that like button, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn the bell on to get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.